We're live. It's a struggle out here for me. Yeah, when you stumble in here, let me know if you can hear me all right. I gotta, you know, I've been like, we need rain, we need rain, we need rain. And today, of course, it wants to rain. I can't win. So I'm in the middle of, I was in the middle of recording my annual. Can we call it annual? I think we can call it annual. I've only done it once, but I'm working on the Mother's Day special. You can hear me? Cool. What's up, Drainzer? I got your email. Everyone who won during the little flash giveaway, I have mailed everything off except yours, I believe, Drainzer, because I had to ask you what your mailing address was. So everyone else's is off and for delivery. Once you get it, then I'll send you the invoice. I just want to make sure you get it. We just got 2 days worth. What's going on, Long Journeys? How you doing? Who else was that? Hey, Quincy. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Yeah, I'll get it. Unless it was you. If you were the one who didn't send me your email or your mailing address, I will mail that off sometime this week coming. But I had already mowed the front, which is over there, and then I was about to get prepped to mow the side, and did you see that lightning? I don't think it's going to work out. So unfortunately, the Mother's Day special will probably come out. It's probably going to come out sometime next week, because if it keeps raining like this, there's no way that it's going to dry up in time for me to get this mow in, unfortunately. And I was going to shoot a garden update video to show you. I got let me see if I can get it right. We got some cucumbers out already. Carrots. First harvest of beets are about to come in, probably in the next 20, 30 days. There's a lot going on in the garden, and I've been busy, and there's a lot going on in the lawn too. So I just figured, what the heck? It started raining on me. Let me go live and hang out with y'all for a little while. So what's going on with y'all? Turf, it's a good time to relax. That's all the Lord is saying. I know. It's all good. Hey, G Mama Grows, how you doing? Can't control the weather, my friend. Keep up the great work. Yep, I appreciate that, Michael. Hey, the sweet spot, how you doing? Be careful. That's why I'm inside. I'm in the garage. I'm not out there. Awesome show on the Grass Factor on Thursday. I appreciate that, Brandon. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I don't think Pete would agree, though. No, I'm joking. Pete, if you're out there, I'm sorry, buddy. Or kind of. I don't know. Just like on the misinterpretation, if that's what that was. But what are you guys up to? I figured I'd just hang with y'all for a little while. I really don't have anything. If you got some lawn or gardening questions, you can throw them at me. I'll do my best to help. It's not raining in Bmore yet. I don't even know. So we had like a 40% chance, and usually I can ignore that. I'm like, okay, I'm good. It's not going to rain. And if it does, it's kind of like a little spit action. It comes and goes really quick. But that's not at all what's happening right now. It's been raining for about at least 10 to 15 minutes. I'm hoping it stops. Like, we got a nice little window. It sounds like it's slowing down. If it stops within probably the next 10 minutes and then the sun comes out to dry up the lawn a little bit, I'll go for it. The last 3 days and tomorrow too. Yeah, so we got rain yesterday, but it wasn't a lot. It was like less than a quarter of an inch. So cooling showers in New Jersey, not getting anything done here either. Yeah. So, and then the temperature dropped. The temperature drop isn't necessarily what I'm concerned about. That's good for the garden and lawn. Not necessarily the warm season crop that I have out already, but it's not. They'll be fine. They'll look a little sad for a few weeks, and then once it warms back up, they'll bounce right back. It was the same here on Thursday. 40% change. It rained quite a bit. Right, and we need the rain. Like I said, guys, we have been on the edge of a drought very early into spring. April was a very, very dry month, so this rain is needed. If May is the new April, that's fine, but it's just inconvenient because I was really looking forward to this video. Like, the lawn looks way better than it did last year when I tried to do this, And I was just excited to do a Mother's Day special for all the mothers out there. I have a few clouds in Houston, but it hasn't rained yet. And that's all I was dealing with here as well, was a little bit of cloud cover, which is actually okay because that means you can see the lawn's true color. So a lot of times, if I don't record at the right time of the day, that's why when you watch my video, sometimes I don't know if you notice, but if the sun is higher up, my grass looks just like a normal green. And then as soon as that sun starts to creep back to the far west side of this street, that's when you can really see its true color. In the camera, you know, that's not any, I don't color grade or anything. It just shows you what it looks like. But yeah, like even now you can see the color difference in between these two lawns. That's almost true to their color. And then that's my neighbor over there, Marcus, his lawn. He's the only other person that has grass on the block. The sweet, oh, okay, y'all, yeah, happy Mother's Day. What's up, Brother Turf? This is my first time catching you live. Welcome to the channel, Charles. Well, or at least welcome to the live. We're not doing anything, Charles. I was in the middle of recording my Mother's Day special, or at least getting set up to do that. I mowed the front and the back off camera just so I could speed it up. And I was gonna hit the main side plot because that's where I stripe at. And Marcus was gonna help me record it like he did last season, and then it started raining on me. So I was like, well, I guess I'll go live and talk to the people and see what's going on. That's really all this is. And of course, if you have any questions, you can throw them at me. I'll do my best to help you. I'm not a professional by any means, but I do pride myself on trying to learn as much as possible through this journey. So I might can help you out, or at least I'll know where you can find the answer for sure. For sure. So yeah. What we got? Let me see if let's see if I missed anything in the chat. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to everyone. Oh yeah, special shout out to Girls Lawn. My girl PJ over there, she's a mother. She's got these two adorable twins. And if you are a female that's interested in taking care of your lawn, and you think that it's too big of a toll or a hassle to deal with, or you think you're just not capable of doing it, you need to go check out PJ. She will steer you in the right direction and put all of those reservations to bed, because she is she's a mom. You know what I mean? She has a family to take care of, and yet she still gets it done. And she doesn't go deep into the weeds. She keeps it simple, basic, on the surface, but still has amazing results. I'd argue that PJ probably has the best color I'm seeing in the cool season lawns right now this season. Tina, Texas Garden, everyone. Hey, everyone. Hey. Hey. How you doing, Tina? Tiny Texas. What's the best way to control fungus gnats in container gardens? The bugs is woke. So are you talking about indoors? Because I really don't have issues with fungus gnats outdoors. They have too much to compete with. You know, they usually get rounded off pretty quick. So I just want to make sure you're talking about indoors, this sweet spot. I have one Bartlett pear tree and one Ajou pear tree. My Bartlett has one pear nub and Ajou nothing. Should I be worried or too soon? What's your grow zone, Quincy? And when did you buy these pear trees? And new tip that I just learned: if you got it from, well, it doesn't matter where you got it from. Look at the base of the tree. If it's an older tree, Led just released this little quick video, and at the end of it, he gave like this gem out of nowhere, and he said, look at the base of your trees, and if there's not, so you're in 7B. I feel like a pear should be awoke in 7B. Quincy, you had the tree question, right? Yeah, your pears should be, did it bloom? Did it give you blooms? And then are we thinking that the blooms just didn't get pollinated? Is that what happened? I have a lot outside only in the mornings. I don't see them inside anymore. I have a lot outside only in the mornings. I don't see them inside anymore. So, okay. 7B part. So it did bloom. Let me get one question at a time. So it did bloom, and you're not having any fruit set. That's what you're saying? You only have one fruit on one of the trees, and you could possibly have a pollination issue. I don't know much about pear trees. Really, I don't know much about fruit trees at all. But you're going to want to check to see if it needs a second tree. Can it pollinate? Can it self-pollinate itself? If it can self-pollinate itself, then the issue is most likely the tree is just too young or it didn't get pollinated, you know? And then one thing I was about to say is look at the base of the tree and see if there's a grafting junction. If there's a grafting junction on the base of that tree, yeah, just be patient, give it a little bit more time. Maybe next year is your year, since it's still a fairly new tree. And then if there's no graft at the junction at the base of that tree, you may be dealing with an issue to where you have to wait an extensive amount of time. Because Led pointed that out, so I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't think about it. So, no fruit. Like I said, hey, Dan, what's going on, Dan? I don't have a lot of experience with fruit trees. And the one that I did have, I had a, gosh, what was it? It was a red dwarf. It was a dwarf red haven tree, and I killed it. So, you know, you can take what I say with a grain of salt with the fruit trees, I promise you. Now, back to the fungus gnats. You said the fungus gnat, you said, I just hit them with some neem oil and soap. I've just purchased some beneficial nematodes this week also. Cool. So I don't deal with fungus gnats indoors. Well, I do. I deal with fungus gnats indoors, but how I mitigate that is I have a bug zapper plugged up 24/7. And then once my seeds germinate, I water from underneath. Now, we're talking about houseplants. You're going to want to water deep and infrequent. And it'd probably be in your best interest to either get a wicking system that wicks up the moisture into your container. That way, the top inch, quarter inch of soil, inch to quarter inch of soil is dry. And if it's dry, then the fungus gnats aren't going to want or be able to reproduce in that soil medium. And then another thing to think of, I've seen like these bulbs, or maybe you can even just dig a hole and plant a water bottle in it, poke holes in it, and then water it that way to where the water gets deep inside of the pot. And you don't necessarily have the same problem with too much moisture being on the top. And all you do is just remove the variables that allow them to reproduce in that kind of condition. Now, outside, maybe put them in an area where they can dry out a little bit more. Maybe you have them in a shaded area outside and the soil itself isn't being able to dry out. But like I said, usually fungus gnats aren't an issue outside because they have so much competition. You know, it doesn't mean that they're not, they go extinct outside or anything. It just means it's hard for them to build population outside because they're getting wrapped up by spiders. You know, just, it's like you have your natural predators that usually take care of fungus gnats outside. And of course, you can go with the options like G-Mama was saying with the neem oil or some soap to kind of smother them out. That's literally what that does. It just suffocates them. You could try that as well. Hi, I'm in zone trying to figure out how to die. G-Mama. Hi, I'm in zone 5. Aquili, Aoasis. Okay, I'm pretty sure I jacked that all up. I have a lime tree in a container indoors and all its leaves fell off this winter. Will it bounce back or is it dead? I want you to get your plant and I want you to take a clean, sharp knife or a razor blade and I want you to gently scrape at the bark and see if you got green. If you got green, you're good to go. If it's woody and dry and the limbs are all limber, then most likely that branch at the very least is dead. Keep scraping until you find green. Wherever there's green, there's life. Go ahead and cut the rest of the stuff off. I just had to do that to my lemon. Half of the branches, well, when I brought it inside during the winter, most of the leaves dropped. Then, you know, after being inside for a while, some leaves came out. Then it produced fruit. The fruit set. The fruit got big. And then half of the tree, though, there was these branches that just weren't coming back. And I was being patient. I was waiting for it to come back, and they just never did. And then I asked Led about it, and he was like, just cut them off. They're dead. So that's what I did. So I recommend you do the same thing. So yes and possibly no is the answer to your question. Hope that helps you. Let me see, make sure I didn't miss anything. Neem oil. I have a lot outside. Oh, okay, yeah, I got that. Cool. Any other questions? What do y'all got going on this weekend or in the garden? Looks like the sun's about to come out, and hopefully that's followed by this rain stopping, and we might be in good shape. It might all buff out. It might all buff out. But zone 5, yeah. Zone 5, that's a tough zone to even have citrus in. You don't have a lot of growing degree days outside. you can probably dominate with the cool season crops, but your warm season crops, I don't think you have. You probably only have like 60 growing degree days out there for warm season crops. So that means you have to start your stuff indoors way ahead of time, let them get pretty mature, then bring them out for a hot 2 months, and then run them back inside if you even get that much uh, warmth to grow. What kind of food do you grow out there in Zone 5? I'm interested. What does well in your zone? And how long have you been gardening, if you don't mind me asking? I'm planning on building a raised bed for my wife for Mother's Day. That's cool. What kind of raised bed are you doing? Sunday backyard farmer? What kind are you doing? Just like a just normal little 2x4s, simple 2x4s, or are you getting fancy with it? What's going on, Broke Farmer? How you doing, man? I'm trying to rearrange some things. I have plants everywhere. Me too. My whole driveway, well, you can't see the whole driveway from me, but my whole driveway is full of plants. I meant to start taking stuff around to the other side because the sun's high enough to where I can get some action in the back, but I haven't done it yet. I probably might do it this weekend. Who knows? We'll see what happens with this weather. But yeah, I'm really interested in what you grow out there in Zone 5, though. Just in case I ever had to live in a Zone 5 climate. Not that I think I will, but you know, doesn't hurt to be prepared. What we got? The sun is headed your way. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Trying to rearrange some stuff. Yeah, I'm hoping for it. Come on, son. Good afternoon, y'all. Good afternoon. So now what? I like that name. Good afternoon. We're just here talking, not about much. Taking a couple questions. A simple 12x4 bed. That's what I'm talking about. So, is she into gardening? Are you the gardener in the household and you're trying to give her her own little space to encourage her to start gardening herself? What's the aim with that, or did she ask you for it? I thought you wanted rain. I did want rain. I was just saying that, bro. I've been wanting rain, but I was trying to shoot this Mother's Day special, and I just got rained out, so I don't know how that's gonna go. So the pear trees are both grafted. Okay, that's good. So they're both grafted, and they're both brand new. You know, you just got them this year, so maybe you just had a bad year. The weather was pretty crazy. It's also possible the soil in the containers were off, but I would just wait. You know, I would just wait till next year, see how next year goes. If you still have the same scenario, I'd say pull a soil sample from that container and send it to your extension office, and maybe you got a bad soil mix off the back, and you may have some deficiencies in phosphorus and or potassium. Those things aid in setting fruits, and if you're not right there, or even worse, maybe your pH is off, so it's having an issue absorbing those nutrients and doing what they need to do to build up your fruits. So you bloomed, which means the tree is alive and is prepared to bloom, but you didn't get any fruit. So did no fruit set, or did the blooms just come and go and you didn't see any signs of like at least immature fruit? Because if you got immature fruit that fell off, to me that just seems like they probably didn't get pollinated. What's up, Turf Man? I see you still getting rain. Cam, I tried. I know we was talking about I tried, Cam, and it's just not buffing out for me, man. It's not buff. I mean, we need the rain, so you and I both know we need this rain. You're only like 30, 40 minutes away from me. I'm a new gardener 1 year, but I have an apple tree and a cherry tree that's doing well. Okay, yeah, so those stone fruit trees will do well in cold environments. You just got to make sure you get the right species, but they don't struggle too bad. Hey, Andell, how you doing? Traveling for Mother's Day celebration, just popping in to say hi. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. To get rid of gnats, buy Hot Shot liquid roach bait. After removing the metallic tab under the plastic crescent on the case placed in the infested area, do not replace the top. Okay, so someone's used Hot Shot liquid roach bait to get rid of gnats. If that works, you can give it a shot. I would encourage you to probably create an environment that would compete with your fungus gnats. Or create an environment that fungus gnats don't like. The roach bait, that's that's some pretty toxic stuff. So if that spills over somewhere, gets into something that you don't want it to get into, just make sure that you are responsible and careful if you choose to go that way. It's been a slow start to warmer weather here, but cold drops are growing. Right, yeah. Cold crops are growing. Nice. Okay, cool. On the Aju, it seems like it's just trying to get tall. Oh, I found more baby pears on the Bartlett. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe, and this tree's first year. How long did they say how old the tree was? Hey, Tony and Dolores, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Much love to you too. So if you see little tiny pears, that means they, at the very least, it looks like they probably maybe got pollinated. Indoors, the roach bait is in a glass enclosure. That's good. Nice. And I guess you're talking about for indoors using that. Okay. That's a new one. That's a new one. Hot shot roach bait. Liquid roach bait that's sealed in a glass enclosure. All right. Give it a shot, y'all. The bug zapper, it works plenty fine for me. And when we're talking about, so does that get rid of them and keep them away? Or is that something that you have to continuously place out there? Greetings from Columbia, Maryland. Still fighting with Poetriv with the new, although thinking it might have some bent grass too. Tenacity, love your large grow bags. Enjoy your channel. I appreciate you, Gary. Thank you. Columbia, Maryland, you're not far from me. Bent grass, yeah, I dealt with bent grass. I cut all my bent grass out the first year, and I had it in the backyard. And then you might be, I think I saw the best reaction for the Poetriv on the first application early spring. So I think timing is like 80% of the effort when it comes to using that anew going for the Poetriv. And when I mean timing, I mean I went early. I went early while my lawn was still dormant, and I went max rate. And I know a lot of people keep asking me if I'm spot spraying. You don't generally want to spot spray a growth regulator. Now, anew is, I just recently found out they're more of the forgiving. It's more of a forgiving. It's not such a dramatic drop off and whatnot. But when you place the regulator in that area, you got to remember you've placed everything under regulation in that area. So then you're going to have very uneven growth throughout your lawn. So generally you want to blanket spray a plant growth regulator. I did double check. I was like, well, maybe I'll just spray spot these couple areas because the lawn was still dormant. But I was advised through literature and people who are professionals to not do that. That you could be opening up a can of worms and making it harder for yourself long term. But thanks again, Gary. And I wish you the best with that trip, man. Oh my goodness. What's up, them groceries? How you doing? Nope, I got them from Stark Brothers late May last year. So it's the second year. So what did they do last year, Quincy? How'd they do last year? Did you get any fruit off of them? Did they bloom at all? Because if we made an improvement from last year, then I take that as a win. Yeah, you're not still getting as many fruit as you like and you desire, but it's better than last year. Now, if they did the same exact thing last year, then again, was it bare root? If it was a bare root, maybe the first year was just getting established, getting settled. The second year, it thinks it's kind of want to go out and do something. The third year, I think you're going to have better luck. Did you reveal your next duty station yet? I did not, at least not here. I did somewhere else. And we won't be revealing it on this channel for at least another week or so. I'm waiting for some things to be finite, a little bit more finite, and then I'll let you go. I'll let you guys know where we are going because you coming with me. Nope, I got them from Stark Bros last week. Kills them fairly quickly. The bodies will surround the container. Cool. 36 in the chat. Appreciate you, man. No, they were just sticks. They are better than last year bare root. Okay, cool. So they were just sticks last year. They are better than last year bare root. And I think you're saying they were bare root. So if you had just sticks, bare root last year, they got established last year, so they didn't do anything. Now this year, they throwing off blooms for the first time. I think next year you're going to see the kind of action that you're looking for. Sometimes it just takes a little longer. Cam said, I just walked out to the garden. Man, it's looking amazing. I'm shocked right now. Cam, I'm telling you, you put in the work, you're going to be eating, man. You're going to be eating. J3GS Farms, hey Turf and friends, hey, how you doing? Hi everyone, hope you're all having a good day. I'm having a good day. I'm a little disappointed right now. I'm happy. I'm like happy mad, right? Because we need this rain. But, and I'm not mad. I'm just a little sad, disappointed, because it looks like the Mother's Day special is not going to happen this year. Or maybe I'll still do the video and just release it late. But I wanted to drop it on the Mother's Day for the mothers out there. And like I said, you want to see, ladies, if you want to get your lawn together, I'm telling you, you need to go follow Girls Lawn. If somebody can drop her YouTube channel in the chat, I'd appreciate that. I'll approve it, or my moderator will approve it if someone finds it before a moderator does. But Girls Lawn, GIRLZ Lawn, LAWN. Thank you, Quincy. I appreciate you. Thank you. But go check her out. She's gonna get you right. She's a whole grown woman, and she's got a whole grown family, some adorable twins, and she's out there crushing it with the lawn care. She's doing her thing, and she keeps it simple. You know, she keeps it really simple. So, yeah. The wife just got here. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's turn this way, so we can keep try to keep license plates out of the video. She don't know I'm live. But what else we got? What else we got? Can you can still do a video? Your grow bag looks interesting back there. Which one? This one? This one or the one down there? Because I got two. That one right there, this one right here, that's filled with purple kohlrabi. That right there, that black laundry tub, that one is filled with potatoes. And then I got like a pineapple sage down there. I got a lot of stuff out here. Plenty of garlic. Onions are doing great. I have squash out now. I got watermelon out now. I got a whole nother iteration of beets coming up. I got moringa. I got a lot. I got a lot. And kohlrabi, if you guys grow kohlrabi, don't throw away the greens. I don't know a brassica plant where that forms a head or a bulb that the leaves aren't good. Period. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate you. They look great. Yeah, so make sure don't let those things go to waste. Like broccoli greens are pretty good. Brussels sprout greens though, man. Someone told me not to plant watermelon from seed, but I put them in my garden bed and they have popped up. Why wouldn't you plant watermelon from seed? Why did someone tell you that? I think you should run away from them. Eat everything. That's right. Drains for bees. Eat it all. Eat it all. I don't like being in this corner, but I'm gonna cover my wife's license plate real quick. Y'all give me 2 seconds so I can get out of this corner. Apologies. I don't know what she watching, but she having a good time watching it. Obviously, it's not me, because she would have heard me in here talking trash. Oh, got them groceries. Them groceries. I plant watermelon from seeds, right, Turf? Yeah, why would they tell you not to plant? I want more on that. I eat everything. He. All the brassica greens can be eaten. See, yeah, that's what I thought too. That's what I thought too. You gonna flip it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want more on this. Don't plant watermelons from seed. Maybe they were telling you not to plant them like this time of the year or something. How else are you supposed to plant watermelon? Like even the starts were started from seed. We had some really bad weather over here in the UK earlier in the week with lots of rain and wind, but today is okay, a lot calmer. Man, I had 60-mile-per-hour winds out here that devastated my garden in the worst way. It really took, I don't know about these tomatoes. I'm pretty sure they're gone. Luckily, I dropped more seeds, so I do have backups. It looks like my soldaki is going to survive. but my 2 green emerald apples, I don't think they're gonna make it. But I got more in the bank ready to go. So and those were super early. Like I started those tomatoes early to get a jump on the season. These are gonna be early harvest, which I'm not gonna get early harvest now. I'll probably just be harvesting with everybody else at the same time. So no parts of plants go to waste around here. We even eat our carrot tops. Absolutely. If my carrot tops don't get damaged by some other types of little pests, I will eat my carrot tops. And if they are damaged, I'll feed them to the worms. And then I'll feed it back to the garden. What's going on, Lions Crest? Farmer Q in the building. That's right, broke. I took your thing. I don't know. I tried to do them indoors and they didn't come in. Well, it's possible they didn't come in because, that is a warmer season crop. And it being a warmer season crop, some of those warmer season crops, in order for them to germinate, they need a heating mat. Sometimes they need a little help, especially if you're trying to do it in a cooler room or a cooler place in your house. So, that could have been your issue. It's very likely that because, man, this sun coming out. Stop playing. Don't tease me. And Mother Nature over here teasing me. Boom, broke what up. I'm in Bowie. We're getting the wind and rain right now. Yeah, no wind, just rain that looks like it's stopping. And the sun is coming out, so we might get this. Hey, we might have a Mother's Day special after all. And I may just do something I don't usually do, which is mow while it's wet. But I'll get on and I'll get off, and I'll probably bag it and then have the striper on the back just to pull this off. We'll see. Does anybody know where to find seed potatoes? I can't find them nowhere. Yeah, go to Aldi. Every bag of potatoes I buy from Aldi, if I don't eat them, they will go to... Matter of fact, the potatoes that's in this container are potatoes from Aldi that went to seed. So get you a bag of potatoes, whichever ones you like, put them in a brown paper bag, throw them in a dark, cool, dark place. Go back to them in a week or two. You'll have some eyes coming up on them, and you'll be good to go. That's the cheapest, easiest way to get it done. They meant don't start watermelon from seed outside, but I couldn't get my seeds to grow indoors. Okay, gotcha. I started buying inside, and these are just fine. Girls Lawn YouTube channel, boom. Yeah, there we go. Girls Lawn. So PJ, she's the truth. TM, how's the Triv? The Triv is definitely angry with me in life. It wants to give up on life, but it's definitely not dead. I'm like 100% confident it's not dead, but I do still like what the new did. If your timing is on, and I'm gonna wrap that up. I won't leave you hanging on there. I'm gonna come back. It's gonna be a 2-to-1. You know what I mean? 2-to-1. A new kind of wins because a new kind of win. It wins to me because if you use it the way that I'll describe it, it's very likely you could have success like I did. But Triv still wins one because it's not dead. And that's the summarized version. But I enjoyed the experiment. I wish I was staying here longer to continue to what I think. I think after you use that for a few years, you can prevent the spreading of the Triv because it spreads really aggressively. And then hopefully I'm thinking like long term after a 3-year use of that stuff, it would probably put it to a point to where it may still be there. But you don't really have to worry about it out competing with your desirable grass turf. So, a little give and take there. Told you it's super bright outside and be more. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I need all of that. Betterson family. Hey, Turf, glad to make it to alive. It's been raining all week and very cool. Can't wait to get things into the ground. Me too. I don't think... Do I have any more? Yes, I got ginger. I got ginger that really needs to get planted out. I'm waiting until this weekend passes because we're dropping down to like 43 today or tomorrow night. I don't want to put those gingers through that stress. The stuff that's already out here, I'm going to just let it be out here. If it makes it, it makes it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's why you don't stop dropping seeds. I'll replace it with something else. But yeah. What's up, Elevated? Gardening Zebra, how you doing? What's up, Blended Dreams, how you doing? The sweet spot, just plant potatoes if you want to chit just get one sprouting, trying to cut them and let them heal over. Really, you can plant them without doing that. It just takes a little longer. Yeah, and that's exactly what I did. The ones that were chitting, I just planted them. I didn't cut them up or anything. I did that last year, and I was underwhelmed with it. Left pretty much a lot to be desired in the container, at least in the container that I grew them in. It could have been a user error, who knows? But I'm trying them a different way this year. I literally just took 2 potatoes that already chitted on me, dropped them in the soil, covered it up, and now they're growing. You can almost see, oh yeah, you can see the leaves coming out, and it looks like the rain is almost stopped, and the sun is all the way out. Poetrib is showing slowdown, but my overseeded turf type tall fescue coming through the Triv canopy strong. Long term battle like with bamboo. Exactly. I see it as a long term battle, and I think Triv helps you get the edge over. I mean, Anu helps you get the edge over the Triv that you need for your desirable turf to become established. And I believe that if you get your lawn thick enough, strong enough, healthy enough, you really won't have that issue. Not as much as you possibly could if you went a different way. So I think it stopped raining. I think that rain that I'm seeing right now is just coming off of a tree. Let's go see. Yeah, it stopped raining. It stopped raining. It sure did. And I still need to. It was raining so bad, I didn't get a chance to cover up the wife's license plate. Let me cover up her license plate, and I can give y'all a little quick tour. Y'all want to see these azaleas? Oh my goodness! Take care of that. Give me 2 seconds. I'm sorry. 2 seconds. Let me just take care of this real quick. It's really not trying to work out with me. All right, let's do it. So, this is the garden as it stands. Look at those azaleas. Look at those azaleas. So these are encore azaleas. Those are my lilies. So next to this trellis, that's the beautiful lawn. This is more kohlrabi. This is tatsoi. I really like this green. It's hardier than lettuce. It tastes better than lettuce. It's like a spinach and a mustard. And of course, I only put one spinach plant out this fall because I didn't eat that much spinach this spring because I didn't eat that much this fall. And I had some volunteer beets come up over here, and I was like, okay, cool. I'll take it. There's a couple volunteer tomatoes that came up as well. I'm letting them come up. What is what called? This, if you're talking about this, that's tatsoi. This is Bloomsdale spinach. And then you can also see I've done a little bit of interplanting. I have poor germination of carrots in here. So I went ahead and planted out some corn. So this right here is strawberry popcorn. These are about 5 different varieties of onions that are doing really well. Onions, scallions, and whatnot. That's some more kohlrabi. Over here I had radishes, and while those radishes were coming up, I went ahead and tatsoi. Yeah, it's I think it's Tatsoi is actually how they spell it. But I interplanted corn in the midst of waiting for my harvest for the radishes. So I've already pulled up the radishes, but the corn that I interplanted is a few little carrots that have poor germination. I think the slope really messed with their germination. This is more kohlrabi. That is clearly it's a brassica. I think it's a broccoli romanesco. I think I can see name. I don't know what that is. The label's in the bag. This is my garlic, still going strong. These are probably going to be the ones that's actually going to give me bulbs. The ones over there, I don't think they're going to give me any bulb action. I think the ones in that container next to the Purple Lady Choi, I think that one is. And then that's carrots, a lot of carrots. We already got watermelon, squash out. Over here, this is the kohlrabi that you saw. And this is probably the most rewarding root type vegetable. Yeah, that sun is coming out. It feels amazing. Because you can see the bulb form above the soil. So I really like this plant. And then the leaves, they're really good as well. This is pineapple sage. Really easy to propagate, by the way. Very easy to propagate. We got more stuff coming in this bed over here. But this is the first of like 6 different, what kind of squash? The scallion squash, patty pan squash. That's a echinacea coneflower. And like I was telling y'all, this Meyer lemon used to have way more branches and had fruit on here. I took them off. But I had a whole bunch of dead limbs on here that I had to prune off. Like that was a limb I pruned off. And I just pruned her back. And I think she's finally waking up and we'll stay woken up. And, we'll just wait it out. Lawn care nut grow dandelion on purpose. Well, that's what I'm doing here. So I got 3 different types of dandelion, maybe even 4. We want the root, but the leaves are delicious. I've already tried them. And the dogs really like dandelion leaves as well. Really, the dogs love any of the greens that come from out of the garden. Let me turn around. These are the potatoes that I told you about. That, I just mounded them up actually, so they just got watered in. This right here, what is this? Label. Tucked it over there in the corner so it wouldn't get bleached out. But this is it's a calabash cabbage. Yeah, that's a really cool looking cabbage. This right here, I can't even pronounce this. It's the one on the bottom. So it was in the cell. The back cell had pink celery in it, which is in that other bed over there. But that's what this is. And it tastes like a mustard as well. This right here. I like it and it doesn't take up a lot of space. So I kind of, I did purple mustards last year. This is my Weigelias. They're waking up, looking purty. Lily turf is waking up. This is another brassica. What is this? Purple Sicily. So purple Sicily cauliflower is what this is. She's doing well. Hey Jamie, how you doing? These are some, I can't remember if these are pansies or petunias, but I have them all over the place. I grew them from seed. This right here, the same thing. This one's she's doing way better. She's showing out. And she's starting to form her head, this cabbage. But let me see if I had the label in this one. Yeah, the label's right here. Let me get this label. No, I just put cabbage. When I talk about it in the video, I'll go refresh myself with it. But it's like a golden cabbage that's is literally going to turn. You see it yellowing. That doesn't mean that I have a nutrient deficiency. That's what it does. It's like a golden cabbage. So I'm looking forward to that. This is going to be the first iteration of beets over here. That's coming in 3 different varieties. My wife actually sowed these because I was out of town and they needed to be dropped. The first round of them. And then I have sweet peas over here. Not sweet pea, the one that you eat. No, it's not a Napa cabbage. It's like a golden arrow or something. Golden is in the name for the cabbage. And then it forms like a spear type head. So you could probably Google it right now and then you can drop it back in there. When I see the name, I'll know it. But sweet pea, the stuff that you make perfume out of, not the kind that you eat. And then these are the angel trumpets you guys saw me transplant a while ago. And the video was the dahlias that I dropped. So these are that dahlia, that's a dahlia, and that's another one down there. 3 different types of dahlias, and then I planted out some lavender over there. That's lavender on my neighbor's side. What else we got going on? Weigelia. Oh, and if you haven't seen sage, I got some. Oh yeah, 2 different things. I keep losing. I'm getting distracted. I'm scrolling out right now. So much to show you guys, but this is sage. If you've never seen sage, go to flower. Boom. That's what that looks like. I think it's a pretty bloom. Nice little bloom blossom. But this is a dwarf marigold. So I've seen a lot of people say, oh, I don't do marigolds because they're too big. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is a dwarf variety. When I talk about them in my tour, my official garden tour, when I'm doing this update here, probably tomorrow, if it works out, I'll tell you the proper name for all this stuff, to include the dandelion. So, more kohlrabi, and they're in different successions. I don't know if you noticed that. Like, these are much smaller than those over there, and those over there are smaller than these over here. And I did that on purpose so everything wouldn't be coming in at the exact same time. So, more beets. This is the second, and I think I got time to get one more iteration of beets in, but this is another iteration of beets that I planted. More squash, watermelon, kohlrabi. If you can't tell, I like kohlrabi. This is the pink. She's doing pretty well. What else we got? We got my comfrey. Comfrey went to seed. I didn't even know they would do that, but it did. It went to seed. She's healthy though. That's what I'm working on, succession planning. Right. I didn't do the greatest job of doing that last year, but this year is turning out quite nice. This is my garlic. What does kohlrabi taste like? I think it really depends when you harvest it. To be honest, I think that when you harvest the kohlrabi. For me, when you get it younger, nutty kind of taste. What I really like about it is it takes on flavors really well. Whatever flavor you want it to take, like, yeah, do the marigold really help prevent the bad bugs? I don't know, but it's a flower, and the beneficial insects like it. So for the most part, so I grow them. This is my parsley. When you think about, like, let me talk about this for a minute. So last year I planted a lot of different plants, like a multitude of plants of a variety, right? And what I've learned is the same reason I have one spinach over there, because I don't eat that much spinach. I mean, I like spinach, but I didn't eat that many. So I had 4 plants, and I was really struggling to keep up with eating 4 plants. Parsley, another one. We use parsley, but how much parsley are you going to eat, really? So one plant, this is to show you, these are 2 healthy plants. One of them's over here, and these overwintered, by the way. One of them's over here, golden acre, golden cross. I think it's the golden acre cabbage. And these are 2 parsley plants that are huge. But I interplanted some garlic with them, and I think they're stealing all of the nutrients from these garlics, because the garlic looks like they a little sad, but I know that they have adequate moisture. I know that they have adequate food, but I think the parsley is bullying them a little bit. More marigolds, purple lady, choy, she pretty. A squash that she's about to bloom, and this is a female, so that might be the first squash of the season. It's an echinacea cone flower. Grew that from seed. Pretty much everything that you're seeing out here I grew from seed, actually. That's another one of that C word thing. I don't know what it is. I can't pronounce it. Not even going to try. Another marigold in there. Kohlrabi. Green, most likely from last season. Jay Binion, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a while either. It's good to see you, man. I'm glad you're all right. I was thinking about you today. I was like, man, I hope my man Jay's all right. So, yes, look at those azaleas, though. The Encore azaleas, look at them. I can't wait until these go off. If you didn't see it last year, man, these are really impressive. And then I have another set of dahlias coming up here. That is that's either a pansy or a pansy, or I can't think of the other P one. Pansy or something else. That's another dahlia that's coming up. And then that's another dahlia that's coming up. So I did my spacing a lot better this year as well. I had things a little too crowded out in this area, which led to a little bit of disease. But I'm very happy with what I learned last year, and I've applied. Oh, let me show you this. We're gonna go around front. Hopefully the internet don't act up too much. We'll go around back because I want to show petunia. That's what it is, petunia. Y'all want to see these strawberries? These strawberries. These strawberries moved to Kansas in March, so I've been busy. Oh, okay, you moved. All right. Well, I'm glad I didn't put nothing in the mail for you. You moved. All right, check it out. These are the, by the way, this is the backyard. I mowed it. This is the color. This is what we're looking like. That side plot looks even better. Camera's not doing it justice right now, but we already spoke about that. Strawberries. I just saw Clint in here. And Clint, I'm going to be pulling your I've been watching your weather, which is why I haven't sent it yet. Your weather's been up and down, up and down. But this weekend, I see that y'all are about to probably have a break for a little while. So I'll be pulling them off. And now I'm getting runners. So with these runners, that's me. This indicates they're ready to make new plants. And they have, I mean, there's blooms. There's blooms everywhere. And these are ever bearing. So I'm just going to keep getting blooms. I'm going to keep getting blooms. I'm going to keep getting blooms. Blooms. Plenty of blooms on these strawberries. They look very healthy. So, but with them looking this healthy, I'm going to let you see the yard one more time. Yeah. The backyard. It's the dog's playground. But nevertheless, it looks really good. So, since it's sending off runners, to me, that means they're ready to go, you know, as far as me pulling a transplant off of them, or a starter plant anyway. Pull a starter plant to send you, Clint, so you can get going with your strawberry venture. You might get fruit this year, but you might not. Just be patient and let them fill in, and then you'll definitely have them the year to follow. So that's pretty much it. The ground isn't soaking wet, which is good, but it's definitely, what time is it? It's only 3:30, so I'm thinking I can probably give this a few hours because the sun will still be up and the color will actually look the best around 6, 7 o'clock. Because I won't have to be dealing with, the sun is literally beaming straight down. And when that happens, no matter how good the color looks, the reason why the color in the back looked really good is because it's shaded. It's like offsetting the sun. But with the sun so high and at the top, it kind of like drowns out the color anyway. So at about 7 o'clock though, the sun will be over there, which it won't be at an aggressive angle. And then the stripe pattern I'm gonna do is gonna look really good. So I'll let it wait. I'll wait. Hopefully it doesn't rain anymore this evening, and then it'll dry out, and we can still pull this off. We still pull off this Mother's Day special. Strawberries look great, sweet. I can't wait. I would like to buy some comfrey seeds. Seems the nursery are out. Seed company as well. I wasn't planning on saving the seeds. I will try to, and if I do, then I'll make sure you can get some, Cynthia, and I'll announce it on the channel. So just keep your eyes peeled. It's been crappy. Yeah, your weather's been crappy. I had blooms forming on one of my dahlias. Nice. You got yours in container, don't you, Cam? We're improving year to year. That's right. Sweet. I can't wait. Strawberries are gorgeous. Thank you. Do you bring strawberries? Do you bring in strawberries for the winter? No. Clint, the ones that I'm going to give you, they will be fine outside. The only thing you're going to need to do is give them a heavy mulching. They're going to, once the first frost comes in, they're going to die back anyway. They're going to look like they're dead. You'll take whatever you can use as mulch, give them a heavy mulch. I used pine straw, and that worked really well. Covered it up with pine straw, and then as soon as the weather cracked, I just took off the pine straw. I cleaned out all the runners from the previous year, cleaned all the dead foliage out of there, and then they woke right back up. They like within 2 weeks of looking like they were on their last leg. I showed them to you in a lunch break saga. I showed them in the lunch break saga, and I was like, they literally looked like they were on their last leg 2 weeks ago, and then boom, they were full of green. And I never even had to move them around front. I thought that I needed to move them around front so they can get more daylight or direct sunlight. No, they're completely fine in partial shade. So, yeah, you'll be good to go with that, Clint. Try making tabbouleh with your parsley. Chop it up and add mint, tomatoes, kooks, lemon juice. Okay, cool. I've never heard that. I'm just gonna harvest this and I was gonna dry it out. I'll just dehydrate it and replace, the big containers of dried parsley. I was going to grind it up, dry it up, and put it in there. Do bugs supposed to be in compost? It's so supposed to be. Yes, they are. Microbes, microorganisms. Those are all bugs. But you'll have things like springtails that will get into compost, and those things are actually assisting with the breakdown process. So absolutely, your compost should be full of life. Now, when your compost goes anaerobic and it starts smelling foul and sour and stuff like compost, good compost shouldn't smell foul. We're talking about compost here, like the actual physical compost. Now, when you're getting those foul smells, it's because it's an aerobic environment, and plants can still consume that and be fine. But you're running the risk of introducing a bad bug into the scenario. So I would just keep that in mind when you're doing the DIY compost pile. You want a good balance of moisture, good balance of air to be able to flow through there, heat to build up, and then as far as bugs being present, bugs will be present in your compost. Awesome, I'm excited. Also, add garlic and olive oil. It is delicious. I'm a veteran in the military, brat, and missionary. I ate tabbouleh in Jordan. Okay, all right, cool. Thank you for your service. I started a few dahlias in containers, but they're in the ground now in the backyard. Yeah, you can easily transplant them. Clint and we were going to do a video on that, but that never happened. My worms are moving up to the next tray. Congratulations, love notes. Thank you for being here. Please hit the love button. Appreciate y'all. Whoa, back to our roots. What's going on, Chris and Cheryl? How y'all doing? Vic May. Hello. Oh, you said thanks. Okay, cool. You're welcome. Oh, okay. Yeah, I answered that question. I was about to say, I don't even remember doing anything, but you're welcome. Over there, let me show y'all these garlic. Not the garlic. This isn't garlic. This is ginger. These ginger and sugar cane. So this is my sugar cane start that I've been keeping alive through the entire winter, right? It's already starting to throw up another shoot, and it's ready to get planted out. I'm just waiting for these last dipping temperatures to pass. And then this right here, this is ginger that is ready to go and get planted out. Yeah, she's ready. She's ready to go in the ground. So this method definitely worked as far as getting them going. And I did this because gingers tend to have a very long growing cycle. Look at that one. I think it's already forming some rhizomes in there. But more are shooting off and coming off. I got 4 out of this one right now. Smelling it to see if it starts smelling like ginger yet. And then I got another one right here. Like I said, throwing on more plants. And this was just store-bought ginger, guys, and they're doing fine. And sugarcane. And then there's another little black container over there full with sugarcane as well. Where did you get your sugarcane start? Linda. Linda sent it to me. She sent me a few nubs. Half of them were with Malik. Malik's got sugarcane in his above raised garden beds. His raised garden beds. So Malik has half of them, and the rest are with me. So that's 1, 2, 3. So I got 3, and I think Malik has 2 or 3. She sent me quite a few of them. But yeah. But that's it. I literally hopped on here because the weather was terrible and it wasn't looking like I was going to be able to pull off this video. But the weather has turned. The sun is out. We just need a nice little light wind and the sun to stay out for a couple hours so this can dry up a little bit. And we're in there. We can finish this video. So thank you. Appreciate it. I'm doing fine. I saw your videos, Great Harvest. I know they've been crushing it over there. You want to see someone grow properly in containers, go to Back to Our Roots Gardening. They'll make you feel like you need to grow more food. Nice gardening weather. It is nice gardening weather now. It's really nice. So it's still a little cool out here, just a little chilly. That's why I got on a long sleeve shirt. My intention today was to wear the girl's lawn shirt to give her a shout out in the video because she's a mother, like I said, and she's on here with a dang good looking lawn. This azalea is tripping me out, man. I don't even see, like, where's the foliage? It's just straight blooms. It's just straight blooms. My goodness, it's just a whole bunch of blooms. You can barely even see the leaves. And they're encore, so they're gonna keep blooming until the conditions aren't good for them. So, yeah. Where did you get those raised bed planters on wheels that's on your porch? My wife built them. My wife built them for me with the help of a friend, a fellow EOD tech. He's into carpentry and stuff like that. She was interested in getting into carpentry, and then she wanted to do something for me for the channel. So, boom, that's how it happened. She built those garden beds for me. I literally just recorded. The only thing I did was drilled holes into it, helped them drill a couple screws here and there, but I was completely hands off. And then I painted and stained them. So I did do that. But she built them. She built them. Who's that? Brett? Brett, what's on, Brett? What's up, man? I see you out there having a good time in Florida, skipping, playing hooky at work, on the boat. Polo, what's going on? So, I'm glad you popped in, Polo. You reminded me. So now that it looks like, man, it definitely is warming up, too. It feels good. Oh, we needed this. All right, so Polo, the music that I'll be using from this song, on this video that I'm about to go ahead and record this afternoon, winning. All the music is going to be from Polo's Lawn Field and Polo Fields Lawn Service. My goodness, I jacked that all up. Well, my man Polo, he's really cool. Got dope beats. He's out there taking care, maintaining lawns. He's got some of the best stripes I've ever seen, and he does not. Yeah, okay, he said what's up. And he doesn't have a stripe kit. So that just goes to show you, sometimes you just need to know how to work your equipment on these commercial mowers because he does not have a stripe kit, and he's just out here laying some of the best stripes I've ever seen on YouTube and Instagram, and he does it with ease. What's going on, bro?
Good.
Yeah, you're good. I saw you in the screen. That's my neighbor. Yeah, so the music that you'll hear, though, is from Polo. Polo Fields Lawn Service. Everybody saying, hey, Super. Yeah, they're complimenting your woodwork. In that basket, no one asked, but I'll tell you, in that basket, those are nasturtiums. They're, I think they're called Purple Emperor nasturtiums. So they'll have purple blooms. And then up there, that's my hummingbird feeder. So, yeah. They said if you decide to sell them, baby, they'll buy them. You know, you got a business now. You got to start building these planters and selling them. Yeah, and the legs. So we used some very good wood for the legs. Those legs, the foundation of those planters, they're gonna last a really long time. We went cheap when it came to the box, but we also over-engineered it a little bit. We didn't get the cedar. We should have just gotten the cedar wood because it would have lasted even longer. But we went with some common pine wood. What's going on, Justin? Justin's in the building. Everybody's popping in today. Lawn Whisperer, Justin. But we went with the pine wood and I stained it to try to preserve it a little longer. But in hindsight, it's 2020. So we definitely did not need as much. You love the license plate? So the license plate cover, right? And then I love the light with the price of lumber. Those are $500 planters, right? I mean, those wheels alone are insane. But the planters, they're gonna last for a long time. So the license plate, if you guys have been with me long enough, that used to be my logo. And the reason why I got these covers was because it's just a pain blurring it out in my videos. And I know some people don't care. Coming from the line of work I do, though, you can get a lot of information off of a license plate. So, trying to maintain a little bit of privacy here in this interwebs. So that's why my buddy hooked me up and he gave them to me, and now I don't have to worry about editing them out in my videos. I can just record. I don't have to worry about the shot and including house numbers and stuff like that. I just cover them up. Yeah. Justin is getting into gardening. I know, man. Justin's got a garden over there. I'm a garden wannabe. I'm telling you, you're going to be hooked, Justin. The moment you get out there with your little baby girl and y'all harvest something together, or the moment when the wife tries to send you to the store for something that you got in the front in the backyard, they'll be like, oh yeah, I like this. I like this. And then when you taste the difference in the food, I'm telling you, it's the simplest way to say it is, it's living food. Like you're gonna harvest it, you'll take it in the house and you eat it immediately. When you get it from the store, it's not like that. Like that was harvested 2-3 weeks ago, kept preserved by different methods, sometimes questionable methods, and then nice and pretty and shiny placed on the shelf for you. And it's like biting into something that has no substance. It's hollow. There's no life in there. So, harvesting greens fresh and then eating them within the moments of you harvesting, yeah, it's dying in that very moment that you pulled it from the plant, but there's still life in that plant, and it's a completely different experience. Do you cook kohlrabi? Yes, I cook it. You can eat it raw. I cook it. I cook it one or two ways. Usually I saute it, saute or roast it, but the favorite way that I like having it is with my greens. So like collards and stuff. Like, so if I make a big batch of greens, then I like to take the kohlrabi, slice it up, and drop it in there to make it a little heartier. So hopefully I can get my oldest one to actually eat vegetables if we grow them. She's picky. She will. They don't even, I'm telling you, it's not even the same. Like carrots, beets. I used to hate beets. I only ate beets. Really, I drank beet juice because I knew it was healthy for me. But a beet should taste like a carrot. And in the back end of it, it should remind you that it's a beet, but not in a unpleasant way. It goes really well with the taste and the flavor profile. So beets are really good. Carrots are really good. I think the best way to get kids interested into eating vegetables, if you have picky eaters, is have them grow the food. Have them grow the food and then eat it. And then greens is a really quick, easy one that you can do with them. So yeah, and then you can cook the leaves all the way down. The greens on the kohlrabi, you can eat those too. Don't throw those away. One of your collards is almost 2 feet. I told you that's color tree, and we plant it like that in preparation. It just tastes green. What's going on? Yeah. I just went live to say how I wasn't going to do it because the rain. Because the rain. Mark is over. Look. Oh, no, I ain't going to turn it because Quita's license plate. Yeah, come on. That's the cameraman.
What's going on, good people? It's always good to see y'all.
That's the cameraman. He was coming to check to make sure we were still doing our Mother's Day special.
Yeah. So I'm going to run to Walmart. Need anything?
No, I don't need anything from Walmart. I'm going to wait, though, because we just got that rain. So I'm going to wait until like 5 if that's okay. All right, cool. All right. Yeah. So got my cameraman on deck. Malik's in the building. Little brother's in the building. What's up, brother? What did I miss? Gonna try that one thing. Yep, it's good. Can you show the planters again? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's do it. Okay. So the planters. These are the planters. Zoom out, right? So I can't. I got a link for it. I'll drop them in the link of this video, in the description of this video, if I remember. But I got a link for the plans that she used to build this up. But this is it, and they're on these wheels platforms. And then once again, lawn care dude growing dandelions. And then my buddy, he actually made these signs for me as well. The logo on the front, yeah. Y'all never noticed that? He made me these logos as well. They're subtle, I like them. But like these dandelions, these leaves, these greens. Come. Hey, Tiffany. So this is the other one as well. Yeah, and I think you're right. I think this is a Golden Acres cabbage. And as you can see, it gets golden. It gets golden. Now, Tiffany is another female that's on lawn care doing some very labor-intensive stuff. But she stopped making YouTube videos. I give her crap about it. Maybe she'll come back. Maybe she'll come back. Post that lawn mix. I'm going to share the lawn mix. Chris already said it. Chris said he's going to show me. He's going to share. Chris said he's going to share his potting mix on my live when we go live together. So when he shares his potting mix, when we go live together, I'll share my lawn mix. But I share the lawn mix all the time. No problem with rabbits in your area? No. I mean, I guess fortunately and unfortunately, there's been so many trees cut down. They don't even have a habitat to hang around over here. So, you know, I don't have that issue. Out in the garden eating some peas. Malik can harvest he'll eat all his food before he gets it inside. Because he's out there harvesting, eating the whole time. I don't watch them, especially with the kids. When the kids are over there, they like, we supposed to be out there picking peas. By the time we done, everybody's full because they done picked all the peas. Ate all the peas that they was eating them while we was picking them. No problem with rat yuck. You let the cat out the bag on PCS destination yet? I haven't here. I did somewhere else, but I haven't on my channel. I will be releasing letting the cat out the bag because it's actually changed. It's changed twice. So I'm waiting for a little bit more fidelity here in the next week or so, and I'll let y'all know where we're going. You'll have to wait to June to see. Malik, you laughing at my location changing? Tiffany, did you finish getting all those rocks out of your? Nah, he laughing about the harvest. Yeah, he laughing about the harvest. But my onions are booming. Everything's doing really well. I'm most excited about those strawberries. I'm trying to see, because they're not super huge strawberries, but they're supposed to have a very unique taste that you're just not going to be able to find in your grocery stores nowadays. So that's what I'm most looking forward to. And then these watermelons, seeing if I can get me at least one. If I can get one of everything, that's a success. Because I've never done watermelons in grow bags before. I've never done cucumbers. I got a few cucumbers. I've never done those in grow bags. I got corn. If I can get one of everything that I planted this year, just so I can taste it to see if I want just so I can taste it to see if I want to continue to grow them. That's really what I'm after this year. And then all the greens that I did, they did really well. I think we need an EOD tech at Yard Mastery. You know what? I mean, I don't. Why would you need a? Y'all getting some dirty mail, Brett? I'll come down to Florida, make a phone call, man. I know you know somebody up there, HQDA. I'll come to Florida. I can get down to Eglin. That's as close as I can get. I can get to Destin, Florida. I don't know any other positions for me unless I go on the other side of the fence. And not at this point in my career. I'm not doing that. Destin is a haul. It is a haul. My blackberry almost ready. Oh, your blackberry's almost ready. Nice. Toya, I showed the strawberries. I'll go back there again since we're waiting anyway. We're waiting until this lawn dries up. I can't mow yet. Rob, I like your taped up license plate. How will I hunt you down now? Exactly. Exactly. To be honest, if you found out where I live, you still have a hard time reaching out to touch me. Just keep it. But my golden beets just started to grow after 2 months. Great on the grass factor. By the way, Ray is pretty dry. Ray is just, he is very extra, but he's to the point. He's full of, he's a wealth of knowledge. And to get a compliment from Ray, I just knew Ray was going to destroy me. I knew the risk of going on that channel with Ray, with that audience, but he didn't, you know. I got a compliment from Ray, so I was like, well, shoot, I'm doing something right. Because that guy, he's usually rough on YouTubers. But this is the strawberry patch. Strawberry patch, we got blooms everywhere. It's an everbearing, so it's just going to keep kicking out blooms. So I don't know how long it takes for this flower to turn into a berry. We'll be figuring it out together, but they're in full bloom. Plenty of blooms. It's blooms on. It's bloom. I mean, you separate it. Blooms. Blooms here. Blooms there. Blooms. We got blooms, man. There's plenty of blooms. Hey, Harley. And then this is the backyard. I already mowed this, so I got this mow in before the rain dropped, and we're looking good. So I just gotta mow. Just gotta mow the side, and that I was saving the side because that's what's gonna look the best. That's what I can actually stripe. That's what it's all about. That's the main stage. And like I said, this sun is like boom. It's up there, you know. So with the sun being that high, the color doesn't look true anyway. So it's better for me to wait a little longer. But you can let me walk here. You can clearly see the difference between the two. The color is real. The color is amazing. 3 weeks ahead of schedule, hands down, easily. We'll do diamond pattern. I'm gonna throw the stripes. All I did was the 532 IOMP. I've applied that twice at the max rate. One, I did an application per week. Applied that, and then I applied. You guys saw me use the lawn energizer, liquid iron. That's also juiced with manganese, so fulvic, humic. I think it has seaweed in there. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's got a little bit of everything in there though. And then I followed up with another application of iron as well. And it's actually Simple Lawn Solutions' new product that's coming out. But I can't give you too much on it until they do their official rollout. But when they do, this is the buzz. I'm letting you know right now. There's a new iron product coming to a store near you. And I have to say, I like it. I dig it. It's a little different from the Energizer. It gives you some different options, but I can't really speak on it too much until they do the official rollout. But I'll be one of the first to have it. I promise you that. Well, I already got it, but you know what I mean. Yeah. That grass should be drying up now, turf. It is. It's getting drier just from that walk. My boots, it's not my boots aren't even, they're not even wet. So just a little drippity drop. We good. All the peas and tomatoes. Oh my gosh, Rob, I got to take a page from you and give some worms some work. That's right. The lawn tubers supporting today. Thanks, fellas. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. The Longinaire. Hey, what's going on, Longinaire? How you doing? Gorgeous lawn, of course. Thank you. Appreciate it. The part about the gloves was killing me. Yeah. I mean, he's right. A lot of people don't realize that when you fool with some of these chemicals, man, the micron size of the chemical itself, it will slip right through that glove. Now, I know that. The average person probably doesn't know that. And depending on the chemical I'm using, like whenever I'm doing pre-emergent, I am completely buttoned up. I will have on my chemical boots and my chemical gloves. And then there's other chemicals that I'm using that I understand, like, hey, if I get this on my glove, I need to replace the glove immediately because once it touches the glove, they're ruined. They will permeate through and they will get into your skin, and then that's in your bloodline. So you can't be too upset when he's right. Now, how he tells you, you can probably feel a kind of way about that, but I have pretty thick skin. You kind of need that to be an EOD tech and to be in the Army as long as I've been. If you can't take constructive criticism, you know, you're not going to make it very far in the Army. So, you know, and it doesn't always have to be framed in the most light-hearted way either. So I can't really get mad at the guy. But nevertheless, I get what he's saying. I can pick it up and put it down and use it in my life. I thought that was hush hush. What was hush hush? What? What was hush hush? The lawn? The lawn? Maybe I missed something. All the peas and tomatoes. Are you have peas and tomatoes? I didn't grow any peas this year. I struggle with peas so much that oh, you mean the gloves? You thought the gloves were hush hush? Is that what you're saying, neighbor dominator? I don't do peas. I struggle with peas. The wind that comes through here and the amount that you need to grow and the space that you need, it's more of a hassle. The SLS, yeah, it is. I mean, it is, but isn't. Brittany said I could talk about it, so I'm talking about it. She just says I can't show anything like the actual bottles or anything, so. But she said I could talk about it, so I'm talking about it. And the people that see this that take the time to watch this live, and we're 82 minutes in, so rollout's coming soon now. Rollouts coming soon. Red Wigglers and European Nightcrawlers. Boom. AJ's Green Topics. But yeah, I don't do these tomatoes. Like I said, my tomatoes, they're hurting. The Sodaki it looks like it's bouncing back. But the other two, this windstorm, their leaves started curling up after the windstorm. They look bad. So I don't think they're gonna make it. Waiting on that video, Turf. Appreciate it. I'll have some peas for you, bro. Appreciate it. I know, see, now my brother, he has plenty of space. Did you go get the cuttings? I mean, the air layers? Did you go home, Malik? If you went home and didn't get the air layer or checked on them, because they're probably ready. Those air layers, it's been a month. So those air layers are most likely ready. You can go get them. And if you do go get them, call me so we can go live and I can show the people. Or get a little footage for me so I can throw it in the video. I appreciate you. Yeah. But that's it. That's all I got. Unless you got any last minute questions or requests to see before I get going, I'm going to hope that this rain stays away for the remainder of the evening so I can wrap up this video. So I hurry up and edit it tonight. Peppers, yes. I do have peppers. I got fish peppers. They're not planted out yet. And half of my pepper crop, I'll tell you the story about it when I do the video. Half of them, I think I lost. The celosias, I had to start over again, but they germinated. So I got 4 inside. You're going tomorrow? Okay, cool. So I got 4 celosias. What are they called? Gosh, they're red. They're edible. Teddy bear or something. It's some weird name, but the edible ones, I got those. They the first ones that germinated, I don't know what happened. They just died on me out of nowhere. So I dropped more seeds and they germinated, and more germinated this time than they did last time. So it looks like I'll have about Chinese wool. That's what they're called. Celosia Chinese wool flower. So I got about 5 or 6 of those plants now. They're doing really well. And it worked out because even though I was trying to get ahead of the curve, I just wanted things ready to go to put them in the ground, much like the nurseries do. Wool flowers, yeah, the Chinese wool flowers. That's what they are. So that was my aim with them, but I knew I also had enough time to drop more seeds if I need to. And I ended up needing to drop more seeds. So I'm back to making pizzas. Glad I could make this live. I'll be talking to you, brother. All right, Clint, I'll catch you later, bro. But yeah, the peppers. So the peppers, remember when I went, my wife's birthday, March 28th, we went down there for her birthday to the beach. When I came back from the beach, all of my peppers were infested with aphids. Like, I tell you, I hate aphids. I hate them with a passion. some people they hate fungus gnats. Some people their nemesis is tomato greenhorn worms. Mine are aphids. Aphids are terrible in this area. And when I came home, they were covered in aphids. So luckily, I noticed it right off the bat. I got the aphids off. It took like a week to get them under control, though. Once I got them under control, there was so much damage that happened to those peppers that they just were stunted, and then it was still cold. Now I got them outside, and some of them are showing signs of new growth. About 3 of them, 3 out of like 8 of them. I don't think the other 5 are going to do anything, but I already dropped more seeds in the event that they're stuck in their, in their premature phase and they're not going to go do anything else. But grubs, grubs, I don't like grubs either, because you don't know it's grub damage until it's too late most of the time. So I don't like those either. But I don't really struggle with grubs too much. I set up I'm pretty sure the praying mantises, they'll be back this year. They were destroying those June bugs like left and right. And the June bugs, they really like dahlias. So the dahlias actually turned into like a trap crop for the June bugs, because they would get in there and they would just sit in there, and then the praying mantis would come and snatch them up. Mom got enough. Yeah, you said mom got enough peppers for everyone. But I don't want those peppers. I want the peppers that I wanted to do sauce. I wanted my corbachi peppers. I wanted my lemon spice jalapeno. There were specific peppers I wanted. So fish peppers. So I got fish peppers. You know who sells fish peppers now? I don't know if they did the whole time, but they do now. And it's that Home Depot. Mama has enough peppers for everyone. Facts. But the Home Depot, they call them candy cane peppers. And I was walking, I'm like, man, that pepper, those variegated leaves, they look really familiar. I know it's a pepper. And I'm looking, I'm like, candy cane pepper? What is a candy cane pepper? And I'm looking and I'm looking. I'm like, you know what? Let me Google this real quick. So I Google it, and then boom, fish pepper popped up. And I knew I was struggling with my peppers already. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you why I bought them. So this pepper, oh, it's got blooms on it already. So I wasn't going to buy it, but I said, you know what? I'm struggling with my peppers. I think they wanted $3.40. And I was like, nah, I don't want to pay $3.40 for the pepper. But then I found this one. And what we got there? We got 2. So we got 2 peppers for $3. And I was like, okay, well, if you're going to give me 2 for that price, then I'll go ahead and pay it. So I picked this up just in case things go awry. But yeah, they call them candy cane peppers is another name for them, which I didn't know. So we got them. I'll be splitting those up and planting them out here in the near future. And there's already setting blooms on it. So that's good. And then the fish pepper, you can harvest them early if you don't want the heat. Wait a little longer if you do want the heat. So it looks like the first ones that'll be producing for me will be the fish peppers. Right behind them is probably going to be the corbachis, because one of the like I said, there's 9, I think about 9 pepper plants out of there. Out of the 9, it looks like 4 of them have made it. The other ones, I don't think they're going to do anything, but I'm going to let them sit there until I'm sure they're not going to do anything. But waiting for germination, got seeds from Baker Creek. Nice. They take a while. How big are your angel trumpets now? They're not that much bigger. They definitely have grown a bit, but the weather has not been constant. Real big burnout, and I told you she would bounce back. The sun is getting in the right position because the color is true. So I already mowed and tightened up the front, but like I said, you trust that process. Boy, that looks good. Okay, anyway, okay, someone's doing fireworks. This is the angel trumpet cutting that Led sent me that is doing just fine, but the weather's been up and down. And then these are the ones that you guys saw me transplant out, and they're doing fine. They've grown a little bit. They put on another set of leaves, but I think they've just been getting establish into their new homes. And with the weather not being consistent, this is where they are right now. But the dahlias are coming up, so that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. And then everything else, I mean, it looks really healthy, especially the big girl cabbage right there. Golden Acres cabbage is what I think it is. Thanks, Cam, for helping me out. And then there's another one. Yeah, I'm getting ready to relocate. It's about that time. And then these are Weigelias. I really like these Weigelias. That one, she's struggling. This one is very happy, so I'm going to give her some extra loving to get her to bush out like this one. But everything else is doing really good. No complaints here. No complaints. But yeah, and the carrots, we got the spacing right with the carrots this time. Those carrots, the tops look wonderful and healthy. And then these azaleas, they did not do this last year. So I'm happy that they're happy. Azaleas tend to be a little bit of a pain sometimes, but they look like they're pretty happy because they're putting on the encore for real. Let me show y'all one more time. Yeah, look at that. Those azaleas. And then when those lilies come up, if you didn't see those lilies last year, man, the colors, and then the petunias and the pansies that I dropped, the colors are just going to be off the chain. What do you do when collards go to seed? Eat them. Eat them. So you got two options. If you check out the refreshing my soil video, that was kale, but you could do one of two things. If you want the seeds and you got the time and the space to allow it to finish going to seed and harvest the seeds, then let it go to seed. You can harvest up to a half, no more than 2/3 of the plant, and then just leave it alone and let it keep the rest of the leaves so it can have leaves to pull in more energy to produce the seed pods. Or just harvest it all like I did. That's what I did. I harvested all of my collards. I didn't do it on camera just because the weather wasn't right, timing wasn't right. I harvested them all, cleaned them, chopped them up, put them in freezer bags, threw them in the freezer. Whenever I want them, the hard part is done. All I literally have to do is make my base, throw them in there, and let them go. These are encores. These are encore azaleas. I'm looking because there's a container. I still got the container they came in. I don't think it. I just thought they were called encores. You got me guessing now. I don't know. They're just encores. I don't know. What do you? Yeah, I think I answered that one. So those are your choices, Toy Story. You can either harvest a little bit of it, let it go to seed, finish its process, harvest it all, and then feed the rest of the remains to your chickens if you have them, or compost them up, or just throw them in the trash. The stalk. Hey, Yankee sister, how you doing? My veteran sister. Okay, thanks. Didn't want to pull them up. Yeah, you don't have to pull them up. Now, if they're going to seed, that's it. That plant's done. I want to say collards are biennial. I think that's what they're called, biennial. They're not going to last forever, but they will last you more than one season under the right conditions, something like that. But once they go to seed, that's it. So, it's not like they're going to go to seed and then go to sleep and then produce a whole new harvest of leaves. That's not how that works. Not for the collards anyway. Cool. Some encores can mature at 2 feet tall, and others can get up to 5 feet. Oh, okay. I think I purposely bought these dwarf encore azaleas. I don't think I purposely bought them this short on purpose. So if that was your question, then I think I got the dwarf variety. Yeah, so Malik's seeds are almost ready on his greens, but how long is that process, Malik? How long did you wait for those seeds? What's it been, like 3 months? Once they actually, from the moment they start going to seed up until they actually bloom, they get pollinated, and then the seeds fill up, mature, then you gotta wait for them to dry, and then you can finally bring them inside and store them for the season, for the next season. You know what I mean? Like, it's a process. It's a process. Miss Red's Garden in the Kitchen. How is everyone doing? It's super nice there, Turf. It is now. You go back to the beginning of the video, it was not. And I was literally coming on here to say, I don't think I'm doing this Mother's Day special, but the wind is blowing. The sun has been out the entire time. Everything that I said needed to happen is happening. So I don't even think I need a bag when I mow. I think I'm in good shape. That grass, I got some wind. The sun is out. It was a nice, steady rain. Didn't dump too heavy. And when I walked on the grass just now, my shoes aren't soaking wet. So I think I'm in real good shape. Had them 2 years. Had them 2 years. So went to seed. Some went to seed and some didn't. Okay, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like those are, they'll hang around for a while. So if they're starting to go to seed, it's, that life cycle is over for that plant. That's all that means. So just go ahead and harvest them and pull them up. Or if you want to harvest the seeds, like I say, leave them in for a little while. How is everyone doing? Oh, okay, I read that already. Tiffany, Rob, send me a message. I got something for you to grow. Bet. I got you, Tiff. 3 months, just about. Right. See, that process, it's about a 3-month process. You should have separated them already. They love to hold hands. You talking about the peppers? I think you're talking about the peppers. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. So I wanted to put them in quarantine first. I think you're talking about the peppers. I don't know. Drainzer, is that what you're talking about? Toya Story, she said, thanks, Malik. It's in your will. I know. I willed that into existence. We have 2 collard plants that have gone to seed. This will be our first time saving collard seeds. Yeah, and it's nice that you only picked 2. That's a good thing to note, too. Listen, 1 kale plant going to seed is enough seeds for probably 30 families. That one plant puts off so many seeds. So 2 collard plants, that's probably the perfect amount of plants you need for seeds. And you're going to have so many seeds that you'll have plenty enough for yourself and plenty to give away or sell or trade, whatever you want to do with them. I put on boots and gloves for the first time ever to spray my 3-way after your PPE discussion on Thursday. That was a smart move, man. Now, I'm not perfect. Like, do I put on the Tyvek suit and strap on the chemical gloves and boots every time I make applications? Absolutely not. But what I do is I read the label so I can understand what kind of chemical it is and the things I shouldn't or should do when I get done with the application. Like making sure that you clean off your shoes that you're using, making sure that you're using at least, at the very least, water resistant shoes, and then spraying them off. Make sure that you don't track those into the house. Everything that the guy said was true. It's good information, and really, in the end of the day, it's your health, and that's what I went over in that PPE video. That's dry. It's not anything flashy. It's like 22 minutes long, but we walked the dog on everything from should you be wearing a hat to a full face shield to the, can you use the rubber gloves? And the short answer is yes, you can use those disposable gloves. But you also need to understand that if you contaminate those disposable gloves, you need to switch them as soon as possible. So I think a really popular one is black diesel gloves. Those are perfectly fine gloves for 80% of applications that homeowners will be doing up until the point you get something on them. Once you get contact on them, you need to change the gloves and change the gloves properly as well, because a lot of people mess up with the changing your gloves. So, you'll just keep that in mind. Like I accept some risk here and there, but overall, understanding the product that you have, reading the label, and then if you're going to put yourself at risk, at least it's a calculated risk, But yeah, that's a smart move. First time saving seeds to 2. Oh, okay. Hey, AA Home Gardening. Man, I was about to hit a video of yours the other day. I want to see what y'all doing over there in the UK. AA Home Gardening. She has a pretty cool channel. She's in the UK growing quite a bit of variety of things. Go check her out if you want to see what those the gardeners are out there getting up to in the UK. Toya Story, what grow zone are you in? Yes, what grow zone are you in? SoCal 10B. That's right, you over there near SoCal Lawn and Order. Y'all in the same neighborhood. If you ever want some grass tips, go check out SoCal Lawn and Order, Toya Story, because that dude's right around the block. Matter of fact, you could probably just hire him because he does people's lawns too. So my Bates collards did better than Southern. Bates? I don't think I've ever even heard of a Bates collards. I'm a fan of Morris Heading collards over Georgia collards because I like the way they grow. the taste isn't too different, but I just like the way they grow. It's a nicer looking plant to me, anyway. Yeah, learn something new. See, y'all be teaching me. I definitely don't know it all. Not going to proclaim to either. Yeah, Dranzer, what were you referring to, Dranzer? Were you talking about the peppers, the 2 in the 1 pot? I think you were. I love the illustration. You know, it's like, you know, they love to hold hands. Yeah, they will do that. But they've been in quarantine for about a week now, off to themselves by themselves, and I plan to do a lot of stuff in the garden tomorrow. So we'll see. Turf, you were right about the broccoli greens, delicious. Oh, yeah, broccoli greens, they're good. I prefer Brussels though. Brussels sprout greens is where it's at. I wouldn't put broccoli greens above collard greens, but Brussels sprout greens, man. But yeah, broccoli greens are good. They're good. They're really good. Hey, thanks, Turf. Hopefully we'll see you over soon. I'll be over there soon. I shout you out in March as I copy your idea of the seeds starting DVD holder. Oh, okay, cool. Cool, I'll go back and find that video. I figure I am sloppy enough that I'm going to get some exposure to anything I spray, but I know that PPE will minimize the amounts levels. Yeah, so yeah, if you already know you're a klutzy type of person, individual, you definitely want to protect yourself as much as possible. You only get one life, so we're going to see about them Morris Heading collars, them Georgia collars showing out right now. So yeah, so if you need something that's going to get tall and high and bush out, and it just looks like a pretty over, and that's probably why people prefer Southern collard greens, because they do produce more than the Morris Heading, to me. But I like the way that the Morris Headings grow. Like it's a cooler looking plant, like the texture and the leaves and the darker green on it. I just prefer how that plant grows. Now, based on the scenario like yours, Cam, if you need more shade or if you want more bulk, I think Southern is probably the way to go. They'll probably outproduce a Morris Heading from what I've seen in my experience in my garden. Won't speak for your garden. I'm only speaking for my garden and my experience. But yeah. Have you ate? What have you ate out of your garden yet, Cam? Amaranth. You know, I was going to. I have amaranth. I have the seeds. I don't have the space for amaranth. I have a lot of seeds of a lot of really cool things I want to grow, which is why, like, that's why I didn't do the red mustard greens this year. Because when you talk about space, right, in harvesting, this plant right here, this is the tatsoi, right? This is a mustard green, but they taste like spinach as well. So it's like having two different plants in one, and look how much space they take up. They don't take up a whole bunch of space. Now, red mustard greens are huge. I honestly prefer this tatsoi over a red mustard green. So I switched up the varieties that I chose to grow specifically because of the spacing issues that I have. I don't have a lot of space, you know? So I have to be smart about how I use my space. You know, things like dropping 3 kohlrabis in this one container. I didn't know if that would be too much in one spot, but it turned out that it's not. You know, it's plenty of space for them. So I'm able to pull off 3 kohlrabis in each. It's either 5 or 7 gallon containers. I'm not sure. So, yeah. I saw. Said those are beautiful greens you have there. Thank you. Appreciate it. Nothing yet, but those collars are starting to look pretty tempting. Hey, don't wait too long, man, because you don't need a whole bunch. You don't need a whole bunch of greens, because one thing I was used to, like culturally, getting 2 to 3 bushels of collards or bands of collards, and then cooking that down, and then I have all these collards left over that you end up throwing away or something because you didn't eat them all or you get tired of them. but I've learned that I probably a good 20 leaves of collards is more than enough for 2 adults, with most likely leftovers. So, high turf. What's the best mulch or covering for holding moisture in potted vegetables? The best, whatever you can get your hands on, is cheapest. Now, I haven't used a lot of mulch in my garden, to be honest. I'm using pine straw right now that I took from my brother's house. But what I've been trying to do, and what I'm trying to do this year, is plant low covering flowers that keep the soil nice and cool, and keep it from warming up too much and retaining that moisture. And that's been working for me. But I've seen people use anything from pine straw to I think it's really to your scenario and the plant that you're using. But I don't think there's a one size fit all. This is the best mulch out there. And if I'm wrong, I could be. And then I've used straight up compost, just literally pile compost on top of the just soil mix, and that'll work as a mulch. Yeah, pine straw is nice. Hay, just be careful with the hay, because some of this hay out here is treated. So if you're going to go with like a bale of hay or something like that, definitely ask if this hay has been treated with pesticides, insecticides, stuff like that, because you don't want to use it as mulch. My kohlrabi won't bulb. Do you pick the leaves while they grow? I don't. They need their leaves. They need their leaves to pull in the energy to form a bulb. So if you're not forming a bulb, you may be feeding it too much nitrogen. How big is the plant? Because these bulbs have been. Oh, thank you, Toy Story. Appreciate you. Look, let me show you. So these plants, I don't remember how long it's been since I planted them, but it's probably been this plant's probably about 2 months old, right? At least 2 months old. This bulb's going to get bigger though. I'm not ready to harvest her yet. She's going to get bigger. Now, on the flip side of that, these early white Viennas that's over here, these are maybe a few weeks old, right? The bulb is just forming. So do you even have this much action going on? Or are you looking closer to like something like this? They're in the green stalk planter. Green stalk planter. Green stalk. I don't know what that is. Is that a product? A green stalk planter? Is that a particular planter? I harvest loads of giant red mustard greens. Yeah, I like the mustard greens, but I don't like them that much. So that's why I didn't grow too many. Now, there is a volunteer that came up, and I will transplant her into another container here soon when I got something to harvest, give her a little bit more space. But I'm going to leave it where it's at for now, and I'll eat it. Of course, it's good, but I'm not, that's not my favorite thing. So how are you irrigating your garden spaces? How dry is it there? To be honest, June will be warmed up pretty well. July is going to get warm, and very dry. If we're lucky, it won't. But I hand water. I hand water everything. So usually I'm able to come home during lunch. Even if I'm not, I make sure I just water every day if I have to. During the summer, I usually have to water everything every day or set up some type of wicking system. So I've used these concrete mixers right here that I use to catch water. These concrete mixers, I'll do something like I'll take a grow bag, I'll sit it in that mixer, and I'll fill it up. I'll fill the mixer up with water, and I'll sit that in there. And not the whole thing, but enough to where I know that when the heat comes, that it'll soak it up and then use it as it needs it during the day. So you can use little tricks like that to get by, give it a little extra water. But, I just get out here and I water every day when I need to. But during the fall and the spring, I didn't even, I was out here watering every other day, every few days, sometimes maybe even once a week, depending on what the weather was like and if it rained. So, if it was really cool temperatures and then it rained, I don't need to come out here to water anything. I come to look, to check on stuff. I'm looking for bugs at that point, but like the first one, it's a vertical planter. So they're in a green stalk planter. Like the first one, it's a vertical planter. So are they like those stackable planters? Because you might not have enough. I'm thinking, oh, like so they look like the first one. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that your kohlrabi looked like the first plant that I showed with the bulb that's actually forming? Because then that's your bulb. Like that's the bulb that you eat. Now if it or if it looks like the first one for the early Vienna, and that's how small the plant looks like, that's what it'll get bigger. It'll get bigger like this one over here, and then this one over here will get bigger. So okay, you say yes, that's it. So it'll get bigger. Just give her some time. Give her I don't know what you're using to feed her, but they like a little bit of potassium and phosphorus. That phosphorus is going to help fatten up that bulb as well. Nitrogen is more so for the foliage, so it can have the energy to put it into the plant. But yeah. So green stalk plant. Okay, I think I got that. Yes, callaloo is nicer than the giant red mustard. Indeed, yes. I managed to get some sugar cane started as well. Sweet. Yes, that's it. I pour holes in a bottle cover and drip water my container plants like a 2-liter bottle. That'll work too. Yeah, so get you a water bottle, and I've seen other people like they'll dig a hole and put a water bottle in the hole and fill that up with water and just poke a few holes in there, and then it's just slowly releasing water as as it needs it, and then that's sustainable for your plants. And then these planters right here, and I know you've seen them in the big box stores, these right here, they have that tube on the side, so I can fill up the reservoir underneath, and then it soaks up the moisture as it needs. The things that really I have to keep a close eye on is the stuff that's in grow bags. That's really the stuff that I have to keep a close eye on, and I'm gonna mulch those pretty heavy when I need to. I don't need to mulch them yet. It's actually better for me to just let these plants grow up a little bit, and then me prune out the bottom and then mulch them after the fact. I said, okay, I'm being impatient. LOL, I use 511. Yeah, 511 is good, and you know who grows a lot of kohlrabi and uses 511 and has a lot of success? Linda. But you know what else she does that she shows you, but you may forget and don't realize it is she's got her super juice. And that super juice has like banana peels and all types of stuff that's phosphorus and potassium. So although she used the 511, you're probably going to want to look for something a little bit more balanced if you're not doing something that's super juice, or you didn't juice up your soil with quite a bit of bone meal or something like that, because that 5:1:1 ratio isn't going to give you the fattest bulb that you can get with the kohlrabi if you're just doing it off cuff. So you can Neptunes. I'm looking around because I'm looking for there it is right there. Oh. So this is a pretty good one that you could look into, Neptune's 231. But just like you said, you're kind of being impatient too. So just keep going with the 511. If you have more than one container, feed one to 511, get another one, get a different kind of blend that has a little bit of phosphorus, a little bit more phosphorus and potassium in there, and give that a shot too, and see if the plants develop any different. But if you don't form a huge bulb, I guarantee you it's because of your ratio. The ratio is your issue. Yes, as when it's hot, and I hand watered as well, so become quite difficult in summer. Yeah, we are headed out to buy some copper. Great live. Catch you next time. Copper, y'all got fungus? Y'all got fungus issues? Man, I hope not. But y'all have a good one. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate y'all over there. Back to our roots homestead. Okay, I'll try Neptunes. Yeah, and then you may be good. You may not need it. Did you mix up your own soil blend, or did you buy it straight out buy it from a big box store out of the bag? Because if you bought it out of the bag, to be honest, there should be enough food in that bag to sustain, especially if it's a fresh blend. There should be enough food to keep you good. We got some dark clouds again, Turf. We got who? You're out in Baltimore, right? Now I'm good. My sky looks nice and clear. It is a little after 4. I told Marcus let's shoot for 5. So I'm about to wrap this up so I can get ready while I got this beautiful window of getting this done. 58 degrees here in Connecticut. It's about 58 degrees here too. It's not very warm, especially when the sun goes away. It just dropped like 5 degrees, like that. When that sun was out, it was perfect. And I got on a long sleeve shirt, so yeah. But that's it. If anyone has any last minute questions, I'll try to keep. They say copper gets rid of slugs. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. I know that usually when you're talking about copper side, liquid copper, that's usually for fungus disease. That's what you're using it for. Nice, lovely to see you, Turf. You take care. See you soon. Thank you. You too. Yes, compost, coconut core, and vermiculite. I added bone meal and blood meal. Now, did you read the back of the bag for the bone meal and blood meal? And did you add a adequate amount based off what the bag was telling you to do? Because I think some bone meal, it'll say like, make sure that you put 2 pounds per square foot. So you may not have put enough in there. So there's a copper pipe if you beat them hard enough. Nice, lovely live. Oh, okay. Oh, help me. California Mojave Gardner, what's going on? You need help? How can we help you? I'll try. I try to help you before we get out of here. What was I about to do? I was about to grab this bone meal. You grab this bone meal. Bone meal. I can give you a good example of this. So this bone meal, on the back of here, this instructions, it says, apply 1 to 2 pounds of bone meal to the shrub, tree, potted plants. Okay, apply 2 ounces or about 1 heaping tablespoon per pot, work into soil, water thoroughly after applying. We recommend wearing gardening gloves when feeding your plants, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So yeah, so on mine, that's the direction that it gives me. It says at least apply 2 ounces. So 2 ounces, make sure you measure out 2 ounces. And then you're good to go. And that's weight, not like 2 liquid ounces, because it gives you the instructions in like pounds. So like directions, 1 pound equals 2¼ cups. So when it's telling you to apply 2 ounces, you weigh out 2 ounces, or you figure out how many tablespoons are in 2 ounces, and then you're good to go. Slugs don't like coca coir. I sprinkle over my strawberry beds. I don't have any slug issues either. There's a lot of geese and duck out here. I think they keep the they keep the slug population pretty low out here. My lemon tree is a little beige on the main stem. It goes from green to beige. That's probably just the stem maturing. Do you mean that it's like changing? Because I'll show you mine real quick. And and especially if it was grafted. It's like power mode. So like it's got like this beige down here, but if you're ever concerned, you can just, come in there, scratch it, and then you see the green. See the green. So I think you might be just worried. So you can see is this the beige that you're talking about? And then it's greener up here, but as it matures, it will start to wood out. I've noticed. You said near the top. Let me read that question again. You said, my lemon tree is a little beige on the main stem. It goes from green to beige at the top. So does it look like it's dying? Is that what you're saying? Because does it look like it's a disease? Because you can also scrape that beige area and see if there's still green under there. I'm trying to like recall in my head if I can think of any diseases that's caught by citrus that does that. I can't think of any off the top of my head. But you can also take pictures and put it in an email and send it to your local extension office, and they should be able to help you as well. Or you can try to get Led's help. I don't have a lot of experience with fruit trees. My first fruit tree I had, I killed. The second one, well, she She's hanging on, but I don't have that juice when it comes to that. Sluggo should be good to get rid of them. I put it out and haven't seen another slug in the last 3 months. Sweet. Give Sluggo a try. If you're struggling with slugs, that's what Tiffany uses. Has anyone else experienced hair-like roots through their raised beds this spring? I'm just planting some peas and noticing all these roots that didn't come from last year's plants. Hair-like roots? Oh, he just dropped the bike. Oh. Oh, man. I'm glad he's okay. I'm sorry. Literally, the bike he just dropped the bike right in front of me. My ducks love slugs. Yeah, has anyone, okay. Are you saying roots that didn't come from last year's plants? Has anyone also experienced hair-like roots throughout their raised beds this spring? Oh, so you went to go clean out your raised beds and you're discovering a whole bunch of like hair-like roots within the soil? Is that what you're saying? Because they probably were there and you just didn't realize it. And or it's from some type of weeds that maybe were in there over the winter, and then when you went to go clean it up during the spring, you saw the roots. I wouldn't stress about that at all. Diva, that could be a species of myco fungi. Boom, there you go. Diva, that's another answer. It's soft. You can squish it a little. It's not firm anymore. Oh yeah, that sounds bad. That sounds bad. California Mojave. I don't know. I would Google it. Ask Google. Take pictures. Get in contact with your local extension office. Type in your county, whatever county you're in. So like for me, I could be in Baltimore County. I think that's a county. Or Harford County. That's the actual county I'm in. So I could type in Harford County Extension Office. Then I can hit their website, and then I can find their email, and then you send that email to your local horticulturist with pictures and explaining the exact thing that you just told me. They will get you straight. And then, of course, trust but verify. So go back and verify everything that they say, all the information they give. Usually you could just trust the extension office on the surface, but I like to find a second source or a third source off of Google. Should I cut that off? I would, but I don't know. I don't know. California Mojave sounds like a watering issue. It could be. It could be a lot of things. And I don't know, which is why I'm not going to tell you to do anything, because I have no experience and I don't know. I really don't. But I know who could help you for sure. And it's going to be your local extension office, and you've already paid for it because you pay your taxes. I'm assuming. So you pay your taxes. You've already paid for it. Might as well go ahead and capitalize on that and get a second opinion. And, of course, go to Google with those symptoms and see what you pull up. But it could be a watering issue. It could be something completely different. You know, it might be something that's in the soil eating the roots. Who knows? I don't know. There's so many different scenarios, especially without seeing the plant either and just getting your description. Not to say that you're giving the bad description. It's just sometimes you need to put eyes on things. So I don't want to tell you to go cutting or chopping anything without the experience. I just don't have the experience in that area. The soil is still moist. Well, that could, it just, to me, it seemed, I would think if the soil is too moist, right, and it's too much water, this is my logic. That's why I'm not quick to say that you have a watering issue. I would think that you would see something like a lot of leaves dropping, encouraging root rot, having some rooting issues. So I think that you would see the dieback starting to happen from the bottom of the tree up. I would think that you would be losing leaves. I would think that your leaves would be turning yellow. Like there's other things that go along with too much moisture that you're not describing to me. That's why I'm not quick to just jump to the watering issue. So I would definitely take pictures and get a second opinion from your extension office. Hey, a beautiful Nest TV girl. Listen. This soap, this Fruity Loop, that's what Loopy Fruit. Let me see. Copyright infringement. This Loopy Fruit soap smells like the Toucan Man. I'm trying to, man. It takes me to like this nostalgic childhood moment every time I use that soap. I'm just like, because I used to crush some Fruit Loops. I don't know about y'all, but I used to straight up love Fruit Loops, destroy them. And a Beautiful Nest TV over at the Royal Bath and Soap Company .com. I think that's the address. Moderators, if you could share the link. That loopy fruit soap. I told you I adjusted my budget for her soap. That's how serious it is, and I mean that. Like I literally wait for it to come back in stock. I buy everything I want, and then I'm good for like a quarter, and then I do the same thing every 3 months, just about right now. Same way I do my coffee at Sage Marie. I buy a huge bulk, I get it in, and yeah, I do that. And I know y'all thinking like, that's your aunt, you're not buying that coffee. Yes, I am. I don't expect her to give me free stuff, just be giving me free stuff because I'm her nephew. I buy my coffee. I pay full price at that, and she'd be mad about it, but she'll be all right. The soil is still moist. Just put the new PGR today and crossing my fingers for reducing PO overall thickness and color. Still happy with your application? I'm absolutely happy with my application, Ruben. One thing I'll tell you though is I think timing is everything with that anew. I'm not going to say that you're too late, but I did notice that you saw the first application I made of anew. It was extremely dramatic. Like the response was like out of this world. It was like, oh, I thought it was going to kill it. That's how dramatic it looked. The second application, I saw that it was still upset, but I didn't see nearly as the huge dramatic reaction as I saw the first time. I'm going to be doing my third application this week, and I'll be doing max rate one more time because the weather is right for it. And then the last application will be most likely at half rate towards the end of May. I'll go a half rate, and then that'll be done for the season with that. But I like what I'm seeing, and I don't think it's killing it. I think it's suppressing it and allowing my desirable turf to fill in. But that's still a tool. You know, it's not a loss just because it's not killing it. So that's what I got for that. You have new leaves, California? See, that just doesn't seem like an overwatering problem to me, because if you had new leaves, your plant's drowning. Like your plant would be drowning, and it would be in like this stall out mode where you don't see a lot of growth. It looks like it both has too much water and not enough water, because they both look kind of the same, except the leaf isn't dry. The leaf will be well hydrated, but it will be turning yellow. That's usually what that looks like, in combination with a nutrient deficiency as well. So that's why I'm not quick to tell you, hey, you have a watering issue. You may have something else going on, bro. Or it may be as simple as just snipping it. And if you're not a bro, what's your name's Ruben? No, your name's not Ruben. California Mojave. No, you're not a bro. You're a female. I can see that in your picture. Apologies. So I don't know. Man's that soap is fire. That soap is fire. Beautiful Nest TV. It really is. Nope, all green. Angela? Okay, Angela. It's gotta be going through an illness, disease, plants get them too. Right. I'm thinking you got some type of systemic disease that may require a pretty aggressive treatment. It may be more than just cutting the bad piece off. That's why I think you should take pictures and send them over to your extension office. Google doctor that thing up, and then see if you can narrow it down to the top three things that you think you may have going on. If I was on my computer, I'd be Googling it for you right now, but I'm obviously not. But Google it, look it up, and see if you can narrow it down to the 3 things that look like they're the closest. Then send the email to the extension office and see what they come back with, and then compare and contrast. And then that way you can get a good take on how good you are at triaging your plant, your citrus plant, because it'll be good exercise for you to kind of just try to figure it out on your own, think you kind of know what it is, and then reach out to the extension office and see if they can help you. But I've never heard or seen a problem like that. If Led was in here right now, he might know the answer, but he's either not in here or he's working while he's in here, which he's just listening to it, which he does that a lot too. So Led, if you're in here, please help her. If you're not, then hey. But yeah, you having new leaves, it doesn't sound like you're a beginner. I'm a beginner too. So with the new leaves forming, I don't think you have a watering issue. I think you have a systemic disease issue. That's what I think you're dealing with. Which one? Who knows? But I don't think it's a watering. That's just my logic. That's how I run through things. And to me, it doesn't sound like a watering issue. Not alone anyway, But that's it, guys. I need to get prep. I need to shoot this video. I will be dropping the video. I'll have it out by noon. I'm gonna try to have it out first thing in the morning. But I'm literally going to shoot it and edit it today. Hopefully that goes pretty smooth. And my cameraman just got back too. So we're gonna go ahead and get this mow in. Happy Mother's Day out there to all the lovely mothers in the world. And if you aren't able to share this day with your mother because she is no longer with you, condolences, and appreciate someone else's mother, or the mother that is like a mother to you in your life. And for the ones that can, and the mothers are still around, make sure you hug her, because this topic I just left, they're not here forever. Appreciate them. Some people might wonder why I don't give the dads love on Father's Day. And this is just because dads, we get love all the time, year round, and especially on this channel, because this is a lawn care and gardening channel. And I'm a dude, and a lot of my content was lawn care, so I feel like you get love 24/7 out of the year. But the moms, sometimes they go underappreciated or not appreciated at all. So the women in my life, not just my mom, but the women in my life have had a huge impact on my life, and they are always there to support me. That's another thing too. Females will always pull up. They will always support. Men, y'all shaky sometimes, but I can always count on a female. When she gives me her word, the females always show love and they always pull up. So that's why I do Mother's Day special. And as far as, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I support that heavily because a lot of the females in my family deal with that. That's very close and important topic for me. I know it's controversial for a lot of people. A lot of people don't agree with some of the foundations out there. I'm not really caught up in the mess on that. I'm more so focused on the message, which is drive awareness. Make sure you go out there and get checked out. So somehow this turned into a plug for making sure that you go get your checkup, ladies, as well. But I appreciate the mothers out there, and I appreciate your support if you're on the channel. So, and even if you're not, I still appreciate you. A new breed. I got your email. I didn't ignore. I didn't ignore it. I know it probably seemed like I ignored, but I got your email. I just been busy, bro. Thanks you for shooting me that email. Hey, just saying hi, CC's Retreat. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Yes, happy Mother's Day, everyone. The Mother's Day special will be dropping here very soon. California, you're welcome, California Mojave. Let me know how that works out. Email me once you finish getting it together. And Grace, your garden looks amazing. I need to respond to your email. I don't know if you're in here or not, Grace Ortiz, but your garden looks amazing. The lawn looks great too. I'm about to fire up my new piece of equipment from this morning's pick. Oh, Cam, you picked it up. Oh, I'm hopping. Drop it on Graham in the group. I want to see it. You're a solid dude. Never cease to impress me with your mindset. Oh, Tiffany, thank you. I appreciate you. Enjoy that mowed turf, and looking forward to seeing the video tomorrow. Me too. Thanks, Turf Therapy. Lynette Tucker. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, single and married, and fathers this month. That's right. Shout out to the fathers that's got to double down as a mother. For better or for worse, whichever your scenario is. But, if you got to double down, you got to play that mom role too. Shout out to you. Take care, Turf. Blessings. Blessings, Sammy Joe. Happy Mother's Day weekend, everyone. Happy Mother's Day weekend, everyone. California, Mojave, high love notes. All good, relative. It's been a busy season, and I finally got an electric zero turn, just waiting for my Monday. That sounds fancy. Look at you. You dropped some bread on that, especially like battery operated. Yeah. All right, family. Peace. Y'all have a good weekend. Like I said, I hope you like the video in the morning. I'm going to enjoy this mow. I'll talk to y'all later.